Greetings and welcome to my channel, dear viewers. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video. Jonathan Scott is hailed by Zooey and Jonathan as a total dreamboat. Jonathan Scott has been called a total dreamboat person by Zooey and Jonathan. The 44-year-old actress has praised her fiancé and celebrated their 5th anniversary on social media. 5 years ago today, I was lucky enough to go on a first date with this total dreamboat person. Here we are, and he's still making me smile every day. Heart emojis. Sick, is what the brunette beauty, who announced her engagement to 46-year-old Jonathan in 2023, posted on Instagram. When Jonathan and Zooey finally get married, they want to have an intimate ceremony. The TV personality previously acknowledged that the engaged couple already has a clear vision for their wedding day. Jonathan stated to Us Weekly, "The ceremony and the pomp and circumstance. We'll get that out of the way, and then it's the reception. It's going to be a blast." Zooey and Jonathan were very different people when they were younger. However, the TV personality claimed that in recent years, their goals and interests have become more similar. He responded by saying, "I mean, we've both been married before, but even when we were younger, you're looking for different things, and who knows what we were looking for at that time." According to Zooey, she and her fiancé are so compatible before that. The actress, best known for her role as Jess Day on the popular sitcom New Girl, made a joke about how she and Jonathan identify as nerds. She stated to POPLA, "Our personalities are so compatible. It's just that we're from different worlds. We identify as nerds, we'll have you know." Drew and Jonathan Scott of Celebrity IOUs uncover the side of stars you never see in other HGTV franchises. The adored twins Drew and Jonathan Scott have changed hundreds of houses and lives since making their debut with the smash hit Property Brothers in 2011. Now they're doing the same with Max. However, they go to a whole new level with Celebrity IOU, collaborating directly with A-list celebrities to give fans a front-row seat to an intensely personal and emotional journey. The show is grounded in a genuine heart, as each episode features celebrities renovating their homes as a way to show their appreciation for individuals who have influenced their lives. Jonathan acknowledges that it's a beautiful endeavor that allows viewers to witness the side of celebrities you never get to see, and see how much they care in an exclusive interview with Collider for Season 8, which premieres on August 12. "I believe it affects everyone around a family when you turn over the keys and change their lives," he says. "You are indeed giving back in that manner. These celebs are selfless when they appear. They are prepared to venture far beyond their comfort zones and attempt something new, and it does strengthen their bonds. You've truly experienced something unique with all of these people, so when we run into them at events years later, Viola Davis, Brad Pitt, you name it, it's like a family reunion." Drew goes on to say that the one topic they rarely discuss is the generosity of the stars, who he reveals receive no compensation for appearing on the show. Rather, it's just another illustration of their enormous heart. They are merely acting kindly and benevolently. There isn't any cost. When you consider that these celebs earn a lot of money and will likely make a cameo or guest appearance on a show, apart from the satisfaction that comes from helping someone they care about, they gain nothing from this. They tell Collider what it's like to work with some of Hollywood's biggest names, including Danny Trejo, Zach Braff, and Mandy Moore, the difficulties they face during these renovations, and the satisfaction of seeing celebrities give back in such a meaningful way as they prepare for another round of endearing makeovers after the show debuted 4 years ago. The Season 8 premiere of Celebrity IOU caused some stress. Sort of Moore is taking on a completely new job as a designer and builder in the August 12 debut. For a beautiful backyard makeover, she is surprising her old friend Selena, who has been like family to her for 15 years. The brothers soon discover the covered patio is far from secure as they assist Mandy, while dealing with weeks of unexpected rain, which the brothers acknowledge caused anxiety. Mandy gets her hands dirty, doing everything from jackhammering cracked concrete to tearing off old shingles, and even learning how to use a power saw. She is determined to create a beautiful, upgraded oasis for her friend. Because it was an outside area, and we were working in the pouring rain for the entire week. We were under a lot of stress, Jonathan explains. I believe that during the entire project, we may have had one dry day. When that wasn't creating issues, Drew tried to incorporate Mandy's pop song lyrics into everything he said. That led to issues. Drew adds that he was giving it his all on stage, so it's a good thing she loves her followers. Whether it was her lines from A Walk to Remember or the scene itself, I thought it was humorous. "Oh guys, it's raining so much," she said. "This is who we are. Take a look at us. It will be a memorable walk." At that moment, Jonathan jokes, "Don't worry, guys, when this project is finished, it'll be sweet as candy." I'm like, stop. It wasn't all sunshine and roses though, as the three had to adhere to a rigid schedule while dealing with weather, which was beyond their control during the refurbishment. The problem is that the majority of our celebrities have never undergone significant remodeling. Drew claims they have no idea and they have never done it. They simply ask whether we can finish this in 2 weeks. I say no, this should take 10 months, but we're going to try to finish it in 5 weeks, or something like. With over 20 years of experience under their belts, they are a productive team that complements one another. We expedite since we have a large and capable crew. Additionally, he says, the celebrities' willingness to get their hands dirty. Literally, we had Wanda Sykes, Tony Hawk, and maybe a few more people up on the building roofs, tearing off the old shingles. Wanda was holding a torch, which we call the blowtorch, and she was giggling uncontrollably while using this flamethrower on the roof. They are willing to do things that I never would have imagined, and it's funny to see. Jonathan goes on to say that other factors, such as Drew and Mira Sorvino, who were both on Dancing with the Stars, also caused them to slow down this season. I would turn around every 2 seconds to see them dancing during the renovation, which was fun but didn't get anything done. There's more to Celebrity IOU than just star-studded appeal. The fact that Celebrity IOU is more than just its star-studded appeal is one of its most endearing features. The brothers explained that they are aiding people who have had a significant influence on their celebrity clientele by stepping in and helping them with real life. According to Jonathan, sometimes it's a complete surprise, so the recipient might be away for 4 weeks for whatever reason. And that's all we have because they're going to find out what's happening when they come back. Sometimes they are aware of it, and we simply need to postpone them while we place them in a temporary location. For instance, the Zach episode project was a complete disaster. We had a lot of issues. Illegal work, everything. We were going to make sure it was done correctly because it had been concealed from the family when they purchased the house. As a result, that project took twice as long as anticipated. Zach, however, was excellent. He was constantly present. The younger twin found it humorous when Drew acknowledged that Braff was present even though he wasn't supposed to be. That reminded me of Jay Leno. He adds that it's a feature he enjoys. When we arrived at the construction site to shoot with Jay, they were already there, ready to work. The Trejo restoration was a bit of a headache, according to Drew, as the show's 7 episodes this season featured dramatic renovations. The two assisted the Mashit actor in turning a garage into a living area, but it wasn't really secure. The house was extremely small for the family he was returning to, and Maeve, his friend, wanted a place for her children. Converting this garage was one thing, but when we stepped inside, we discovered that the neighbor had planted bamboo next to the garage, making it structurally unsafe. Bamboo grows wildly and quickly if you've ever worked with it. Since the plant is an invasive species, the three faced difficulties since, according to Drew, when they opened up one side of the wall. The bamboo shoots were dense and within the wall. Fortunately, Trejo is good with a machete, and so he was able to chop that all down, Jonathan continues. It had taken over the wall, and it was all corroded and broken away. So we actually had to tame that and get the bamboo out of the wall. Drew and Jonathan hint to Celebrity IOU Season 8's future. The two tell Collider that as the season progresses, you'll witness more celebrity-led home renovations on tight deadlines, such as a primary suite makeover that includes a luxurious wet room with a soaking tub and a custom built-in closet, as well as a detached garage makeover. You don't anticipate seeing these celebs' other sides. Everyone thinks Danny is really serious, Drew remarks. On the first day, Jonathan told Danny, "Danny, I'm scared of you." But to see that side of him, he's such a sweetheart and a teddy bear. Or even Mandy, who is a darling but occasionally displays a fierce side when she's only using a sledgehammer. It's rather enjoyable. Jonathan acknowledges that it was the same thing with the modest and kind Jennifer Jason Leigh. However, they claimed that as their time with the Hateful Eight star went on, they discovered a much more profound side of her when it came to the demo. He declares, "I love just getting people out of their shells. We unleashed a monster on some of these people, and I'm pretty sure they're destroying houses." Drew acknowledges that Leigh's excitement forced him to laugh with her. The actress wanted to get into the spirit of assisting because she has known the for 40 years. Jennifer simply said, "Let's do this." When we explained to her what we might be able to achieve for the space. "This tiny, quiet, cute mouse, she's so sweet." Jonathan chuckles about the incident, stating that he did not expect that to come from her, while Drew adds that the whole thing was hilarious. The opposite stars of Celebrity IOU Season 8. A look at Property Brothers Jonathan and Drew Scott. Property Brothers turned Jonathan Scott and Drew Scott into legitimate stars. And they're back to help more sports and silver and small screen superstars give back to their loved ones with HGTV's Celebrity IOU. Drew and Jonathan join This Is Us star Amanda Moore in the Season 8 opener to honor Selena, a close friend of hers for 15 years, who she claims acts as a surrogate mother to her children with husband Taylor Goldsmith. The Scotts and Moore collaborated to provide Selena a modernized backyard area for entertaining, but they ran across some obstacles along the road, such as a patio that isn't really safe until they get to work fixing it. Speaking with Parade, the brothers discuss the 8th season of the endearing show, as well as how to make your own place feel like the home you deserve, even without an Oscar winner to assist you with the demo. Which celebrity have you most enjoyed collaborating with this season on Celebrity IOU? Jonathan Scott. Every season, we continue to have this amazing lineup of fantastic talent, which never ceases to astound me. However, if I had to name one amazing moment, it would have to be Wanda Sykes using a flamethrower on a roof. We were torching down a membrane using a blow burning. The roof needed to be replaced because of that problem. And she says, "We can handle this." And before you know it, we're up there. And that woman is truly courageous. In their Celebrity IOU initiative, which celebrity has gotten their hands the dirtiest? I'm expecting that there will be someone who says, "I don't want to do that," or "I don't want to this." But they all get hands-on, said Drew Scott. "It always blows my mind." Tony Hawk, who has never done it before, was also up on the roof. Zach Braff was hilarious because he's never done this before. He had some ideas from the design side, but he kept showing up on days that he wasn't supposed to be there helping. We didn't know he was coming. He was just there. And I'm like, "Are you not filming a show or something right now?" "You have a life," said Jonathan Scott. According to Drew Scott, he says, "No, because that project actually got delayed." He's attempting to give back to his wife, Mark, who had saved money to buy their children a home with a yard and all the bells and whistles. But they were unaware that the house they purchased had all these hidden problems. The house was not physically sound since the individual who refurbished it undertook unlawful work and never obtained an occupancy certificate. Additionally, their children reside in the house, particularly in the kids' area, which was the source of the problems. We ended up being the timeline delayed over double what it was supposed to be, and Zach just showed up and said, "I don't care about anything else. I want to get Mark and his family into the house. So I'm here for extra hands if you need it," Jonathan Scott said. Even looking at someone like Mandy Moore, that was a miserable project. And I'm bringing it into the main bathroom with more stunning tile and the statement piece, a clawfoot tub. Scott used gorgeous gray and white Bianco Dolomite marble mosaic tile in the large shower and throughout the bathroom floors. The centerpiece of the room was a massive 72-inch clawfoot tub with a black and copper exterior. These two design decisions created a look that was entirely Spanish-inspired with its nodo. We suggest emulating Jonathan Scott's all-over mosaic marble tile look and drenching your floors and shower in a similar tile style if your bathroom is too small for a clawfoot tub. To embrace the contemporary side of this Spanish style, follow this Property Brothers lead and choose a modern neutral color scheme of white and gray. Regardless of the size of your bathroom, you can use white walls, a white stone countertop, and light gray cabinets like Scott. For that Spanish Euro flair, take inspiration from Scott's elegant, minimalist, mixed metal hardware that combines brass, black, and gold. Additional methods to achieve the elegant Spanish look. The good news is that there are affordable and inventive ways to update your bathroom on a budget while still allowing you to steal Jonathan Scott's modern Spanish bathroom style. Using Jonathan Scott's neutral gray and white color scheme, we suggest starting with a discounted or wholesale mosaic tile. You can also DIY tiling your shower if you have time to spare. The great thing about mixed metal hardware is that you don't have to make everything match, and you can save even more money by finding discounted, used, or mismatched hardware pieces. Just make sure your chosen pieces are minimalist and cohesive in the same room to maintain the modernism of the look. We suggest trying to complete the look with flea market finds and thrift store bargains. Jonathan Scott used a variety of copper decor, gold-framed mirrors, mismatched stoneware, greenery, and photographs on the walls to decorate the bathroom. If you want to maintain the balance between modern and Spanish for an elevated, timeless feel, keep the color scheme and overall style neutral and minimalist like Scott did to avoid overpowering the space, and let the mosaic tile shine. Any of these celebrities is such a pinch-me moment. Jonathan Scott said, "I remember there was a scene where we were driving with Terry Crews singing, Making My Way Downtown. And I was like, this is straight out of the film and into this car." Drew Scott. I love Scrubs, so that's my sense of humor and my style. Zach Braff is the same. I've always believed that acting and directing are the kinds of things I want to do. It was enjoyable to pick his brain and hear his anecdotes and other stories from when he first started. Congratulations to Jonathan on becoming a father again, and to Drew on being an uncle twice. Do you have any tips for making homes more kid-safe without compromising style? Drew Scott. There are a lot of different kinds available these days, and they're all fantastic baby gates. In fact, it looks really good because we selected ones that tied into our black wrought iron railings. We even have a black fence around the pool that connects to the frame of our glass. Also, even small clips, like for cupboards or cabinets or windows. There are very simple, small ones that are straps or a metal latch that you can get. Jonathan actually showed me one for travel if you're in a hotel room, which I think is brilliant. It hooks onto the doorknob, and it's easy to put on and take off with tape without damaging it. And then the kids can't open the door to the hotel room. Jonathan Scott. As they get older, your kid-proofing changes, but one amazing thing is bins and bin storage, and you can get them anywhere from IKEA to Pottery Barn Kids, you name it. We have open storage bins, and then we label everything so it's easy for the kids to access and not just easy to put things back. For example, we'll have a dinosaur bin, an animal bin, or a car bin, and then everything goes in there. When you give kids access to the things they want constantly, they are less likely to try to climb and find something else they're looking for. So you want all of those things down low and accessible for the kids. Then you can store other items in cabinets. There is also an amazing product that I can't recall the name of, but they basically resemble puzzle piece floor tiles. They have lovely patterns and are spongy. This covers the whole floor of the playroom. You can clean them in the dishwasher, and they are both waterproof and scratch-proof. The kids can crawl about, lay around, drop things, spill things, It doesn't matter, it's easy to clean up, and it prevents harm to the hardwood underneath. Drew Scott says, I will say that, Jonathan, my wife, everybody made fun of me because I was like, no, even when we have kids, I want the living room, dining room to be pristine. No mess. The playroom and the kids' rooms are gonna be organized morning and night. And they're all like, sure thing. Super organized, Dad. And it has been a very big challenge, but just little bits of commitment has helped us get to where we are. I always said, I can't wait for you to realize that kids don't care about your rules, said Jonathan Scott. You can begin teaching them specific things when they become a bit older. Our children are excellent at tidying up the playroom at home because while they are there, everything will be in disarray and it will appear as though bomb went exploded. All right, guys, I have a rule. Anything you leave on the floor when you go to bed or when we leave the house, that means you don't want it, and I throw it out, or I donate it. I sent to them when they were 3 and 5 years old. No, they said. The first time I did it, they said, oh my God, how, why? Why? And now that they're 7 and 9, I can only say, all right, so you guys don't want this stuff. And they put everything away right quickly. Put it in the trash cans. They carry it out. Every time, they clean flawlessly. You can watch the new episodes of Celebrity IOU live on HGTV's digital platforms at hgtv.com/celebrity-iou and by following HGTV and Celebrity IOU on Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can also interact with Drew and Jonathan on Facebook, Drew Scott and Jonathan Silver Scott, and Instagram, Drew Scott and Jonathan Scott.